Alright, 33 minutes and I'm gonna stop this. There's no more whistling. Which one do we do right now? A cough. The Sims Paper Girl whistle. Do we do the Andy Griffith Show whistle? What do we do? Oh, did you hear how loud that was too? Oh, I know which one we should do. I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna go back inside and get the keys. I'll be right back. Alright, it hasn't been that long. I just ran inside with the keys. It's 12:51 a.m. Wind picked up. Alright, so unless this thing fell over. I haven't done any running on the legs since it healed and I got out of the cast and the boot. But yes, this is as loud as it sounds probably from over there. Yeah, these tear a lot easier than when I was here before. I want to play too. Alright, follow the leader. I want to be cool too, bro. Maybe one day I could get one of those fancy cars with like seat warmers. I wonder how loud Kelly Thomas screamed. Don't worry, that was on that side of the border. I got a spitting problem. It's like a tick. It must be a neurological defect. You got any supplements? Any pills I should be taking? Kelly Thomas. Definitely on that side of the border. Don't worry, don't gotta worry about it over here. It's a gated community. We don't gonna be worried about over there. Last go, because these keep breaking on me. Oh, couldn't pick that one up. Good old 45 minutes of community quality time. Oh, it was interesting. I guess I'll kind of reenact that. So I tried to get out of there, but that door's fucked, right? Because it broke the lock and the opening mechanism. So I come out of the gate, which, the lock rusted. Started going inside, and I had to get the WD-40, and I get the WD-40 and the key breaks. So I leave the key and I leave the lock, but I open the door, the gate, and I come out. And I'm like, did anybody hear what happened? And I don't have a phone camera on. I have an actual camera. At the time, I still had a camera. Well, that didn't last very long from that point, because I walk out here and I'm like, what did you guys see? I point the camera over there at that house, and this lady's coming out right there, right? And she like waves me off, and I'm like, what's that? And so like I gesture back how she gestured at me, like, what are you waving me off for? And I'm about that distance from my house, right? And I've got, well, I normally don't wear work boots out here unless I'm using a chainsaw or something heavy or something like that, right? And so I trip because I'm like trying to hit her like husband and like son run out, and they're like instantly ready to like throw down. I think the highest one of them reaches on me is about that high. Yeah. Oh, but it's two of them, right? And so I trip, and the slipper is a slipper, I think. It breaks right then. The tongue, like, so it's like if this part right here, like, just breaks, it rips off the bottom, right? And so I trip. Oh, oh, oh. Jump in, start kicking. The two of them start kicking. And then out of this house right here comes a baseball bat boy. When I'm like, I tried to get up, I get up. I managed to get up like right over there or something, right? And they're still kicking and punching and hitting and stuff, right? And I get up, so I leave the slippers. I'm like, fuck this, fuck the slippers. And so now at this point I don't have slippers on, and so I'm just running barefoot, right? Well, I got socks, I think, maybe. So I just run barefoot that way. I'm like, my uncle lives over there. I'll see if he's home. So I run over to his house. At that corner house right there, I get intercepted. The guy tells me it's my own fault. He shouldn't record. That could get you in trouble with the police. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, this is a public fucking street, right? And I thought, the police like evidence, don't they? Isn't that their line of business, duty, that sort of thing? Isn't that their bread and butter, evidence? Oh, I'm sorry. I almost had the fictional world mixed up with the real shit. So I made it over there, and he tells me I can get in trouble. I'm like, what the fuck? So I keep going, and there's nobody there. Family's not home. So I walk my ass back, and by that point, that house, and neighbors from a bunch of other houses, at least these guys right here, and they come out, and the corner house and sends someone, and they're all talking, and they call the cops, and the cops show up, and I'm like, oh, good. And so out the little window right there, I'm like, this is the window right here, right? Which is like, it's like almost eye level to me right now. Standing out here, it's a little bit of a slope. And so I'm like, hey, look, like I'm bleeding, like I'm bleeding. Here's a scar on that. You can't really see, it's dark out, and it's already, kind of faded, not really healed. It's the glossy part right there in the corner. but I got like a whole ass rock stuck in there, right? And you know what the cops? They don't give a fuck about the only person bleeding, or the drops of blood or the scrapes or anything. No. Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir. At your service, sir. The bootlickers lick boot too. Oh, see, again to the dynamic. They wouldn't do these things to someone if they thought it could come back and hit them just as hard or harder. They wouldn't. They wouldn't. See, one of the things I think, if we're generalizing, is the distinction between somebody who has cowardice and the person who has courage, is that the person who has cowardice looks emboldened and encouraged or courageous when they do things, confident that, and someone who has courage, I guess, is willing to risk that. So it's risk. It's more the values, but there's some risk assessment there, and it's easier to make somebody who's a coward look brave if you just assure them, don't worry, he's not going to hit you back. He won't bite you back. If he bites you back, we'll put him down. You can do whatever you want. Have fun. Anyway, I'm probably going to hate tomorrow. They don't like it when I, don't turn my head and say yes or no, sir. I'm sorry, I wasn't. It's just looking down, sometimes still looking them in the face. Good monkey, don't look at the lead monkeys in the face, it offends them. Alright, so we're out here. This is what I originally was supposed to be working on when I moved here. I thought, I'm going to get my fucking permaculture portfolio all built up, right? As a kid, it wasn't much of a park, but this was a park. Up by where that white car is, I cut my leg open on some broken glass, and it seems like nothing's really changed in that regard. So anyway, I cut off some of the knobs, the really horrible pruning knobs left behind. I don't know why they left that one behind, but I got rid of, these are some of the points where this one, and 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 they haven't even bothered to pick up that dog shit right the fuck there. So don't worry, they can't hear me. They're sleeping soundly. And I fixed that one right there, that one right there, and a few others further up. Here's what it looks like when I don't fix them up. Let's turn the light on, I guess. There we go. So, you can see that right there. Somebody got paid to do that right there. Dude, if somebody came and did that, there's some past damage. If somebody came and did that to my trees, I'd charge them or fine them or something. So no, I don't have 2 years worth of portfolio building. It was fucked up. A lot of their kids, they basically encourage their kids to come and rip things off of here. Because, what am I going to do? Yell at their kids. right. I know a thing or two about not looking at gorilla in the fucking eyes, or something that wants to seem as big and strong or justified, you know, a chicken or dogs or pigs. You don't want to go trying to take Mama Pig's piglets away, right? Anyway, so I did that right there. They did this. This is from when they knocked me off the ladder and they took me in that place. Anyway, this I just pruned back and just pruned back. They didn't damage this one after I pruned it this year, so you can see some regrowth there. But their idea of work. Hey man, what's the difference? What's the difference? What's the fucking difference? You get a real job. You get a life. What's the difference? I'm stepping dog shit. Ooh. This poor tree. Family planted it when I was a kid. I was probably like 5 or 4 or something. The whole things that built around it, kind of. Not around. Well, this is literally around it, but I mean around here. And that wasn't there before. But anyway, so that's what the tree's prunes look like. Now with the light on. You know. Definitely not their work. You notice how like I'm using the flashlight? I'm not flashing into people's houses. So like if it inadvertently, if I was standing over here, shines towards someone's house. Look at all the spots right there. Nice contrast. If it inadvertently shines at a person's house, like dude, it's your shit. Anyway, that's what their idea of good enough tends to be. Look at that. Instead of letting me do the work, I mean, I'm not charging anyone. Well, I wish I could charge them by, maybe, what's the term? Humiliating? Embarrassing? I don't know, something within this life of karma. Right, so I think I cut this back a while ago. I don't remember exactly. I took some pictures that might be saved. But I left this nub here. It was further up. This is what the city did just recently, though. You could tell it's fresh. But this is older. And I'm pretty sure I did that right there. Notice how close I came to the tree trunk right here? The main trunk? Look at that. Close. Easy to heal. So they did that right there. They charged money for that. I did that one right there too. I did that one. And that one. Oh, look at how well healed that is. Look at that. I did this one. Right here. It's almost like half healed in that unit of time. They did all this little shirt here. Look at that. It's frayed. And look at that. Look at that. Look at it. Oh, I remember one time, before my camera was broken, I don't know, maybe it was a cell phone camera. I was out here, right? This is scrap from the very polite, very soft-spoken man. He's a family man, you know. He did some work. There's a scrap out here, nothing here. Hey man, it looks like it's serving a function. Yeah, so there's some concrete scrap over here, and this bitch lives like fucking 2 blocks that way, I think. Up that way. You grabs a rock from a chunk of concrete from right there, or a few, and like here's my shadow, right? He's throwing rocks from like kind of where I'm standing. He's throwing rocks at me, right over there. He misses every single time, but I got it on video. Except I kind of wish I had I had the flash on or some sort of light so you could see his fucking face when he's doing that. And everybody just let it happen. He was hurling insults. He was like, "Te mato, puto," and I was like, "Okay." And I live like right there. I live right there. Ain't nobody see that, right? No, nobody saw that. Carry on your day. Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. Everybody get back to work. There'll be no treats for anyone if you play along with him. Gonna ruin it for the whole class if you're his friend. Gonna deduct your good people points. Not the first. Oh right, and then the rebar thing. Oh wait, did I get how far? Okay. You see, damn, I need to zoom in a lot for this one. Okay, you see where that Calafia or bus is right there? Further up, like between there and that light right there, right over there. These two fuckers. When I was over here, I was over at that house. No, that house right there. I was taking some pictures. I got the actual picture, so I got the date saved. I didn't record it, but I have something, a memento of that incident and lovely memory. Cherish. Some people have, they have nice things to share about memory and that sort of thing. They have, friendships and family. And do you remember the birthday party? Anyway, so I take pictures. He's got cab license identification numbers, right? So I'm trying to record that. I'm not gonna get jumped because they're probably asleep or some shit, right? Well, wasn't I wrong? The two dudes run from all the way over there. So you saw where that car just crossed the road? There's a whole avenue right there. Runs alongside there. That hill goes up right there. So it's like a little bit of a valley dip right there before the next valley dip over, right? So they're running from over there. And I finished taking the pictures. I'm like, are they running at me? Nah, I don't want to be paranoid. And they're still running at me, right? And so I make it over here, and I get in the doorway. I'm like, they're still running over here. So I grab something. I grab like a fucking broomstick or some shit, right? I don't think it was even a shovel. And I think I've got like the phone ready or a camera or something just in case. But like I don't want to like. Usually it seems like if I do start recording, they get like a little more pep, like a little more like this will like. I don't know why. Like, do you want to look like even bigger assholes? I think they want to make me look like it. It's fine. If I'm wrong, it would be very, very convenient to punctuate the thing. Even I'm even holding the camera for you. Watch as I embarrass myself. But anyway, so I didn't record that. And they're like, where do you live here? We saw you, we thought you were gonna try to steal the car, and I'm gonna capture it with my witchcraft device, and, stuff it into the camera or the phone, I'm gonna package it away inside the little storage device with my witchcraft, and the fuckers really ran over here the whole fucking way, and I'm like, I live here, what the fuck, what do you want? I was just taking some pictures, and like, we thought you were trying to steal the car, and I'm like, what is not your car, what do you do, like, how do you think I'm trying to steal the car? By taking pictures of it? And like, where do you live? I'm like, oh, fuck, where does this look like And where do you live? And they're just like, let's just go. And so they keep going up the hill. I don't even think they were headed this way, but they started running as far back all the fucking way over there, man. That's like one whole block of these, and that chunk, and this chunk. Like, the fuck? No, don't worry. I'm not annoying anybody. No. You should hear it out here normally. I'm surprised it's this quiet. Was it yesterday? Oh, you should. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. There was a period where I wasn't allowed to sleep more than 4 fucking hours in a day. And no, they did not need to be consecutive. 4 fucking hours. 4 fucking hours. So, for the record, maybe it'll help your case. Given the opportunity to honorably kick one of them in the fucking head, I won't have to struggle with, well, is it wrong or is it right? Or I already know. And I am not going to delude myself with, well, the righteous choice is, you be the better person, you be a righteous, a merciful person, and you don't want an eye for an eye. I want to kick them in the fucking head just like they kicked me in the fucking head. I don't care how fucking old, how many grandchildren they'll leave behind if I kick them in the fucking head.